Once I knew that I was going to remove the block, I knew that I couldn't just leave it there and that I had to paint this engine bay. If you would have told me last week that I would be painting my engine bay this week, I would have said no, because it's a lot of work. I remember doing the engine bay on my 240, and it was a lot of cleaning. It was a lot of work. So I didn't think I'd do it to this car. I have been wanting to do it for a long time, but I was like, I'm not going to do it. But now we're here. The block is out. Everything is out. So I was like, why not? Let's paint the engine bay. Make this car look a little nicer, a little cleaner. Last night I took almost everything out of the engine bay. I only have a few things left. I'm going to remove the brake booster today. And I think that's about it. And then the rest I'm just going to tape up and add aluminum like I did last time. I'm going to clean it really well. I'm definitely going to remove the fenders. I don't want them to be in the way. I think I'm going to remove the headlights as well and then get to taping. I'm hoping that I can have it cleaned and masked by today. That would be awesome. So I'm going to start with the brake booster. As you can see, I have a bucket seat and this bucket seat doesn't move. So it's really hard to get up under here, and then I have to reach those 4 bolts that are behind the brake pedal. It's just, I hate taking off the brake booster, but I feel like there's no other way. It's just gonna look much nicer if I take it off.
I'm feeling so hollow, don't you know, don't you know, I'm living in shadow, don't you know, don't you know, I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools.
It's been a few hours and I decided not to remove the brake booster. I wanted to pressure wash the car first, or the engine bay, so I pressure washed it. I haven't actually wiped it or cleaned it with any soap yet. It's just a quick rinse. And then I decided to remove the headlights because I was trying to figure out how I was going to paint the inside. So the best thing for me to do was to remove the headlights. Now, I've never removed the complete assembly, or at least if I have, I don't remember. And this took me a long time because I couldn't remove this unless I removed the fender. So I removed both fenders, then I removed the headlights, which was kind of difficult because I had to remove some bolts that were hard for me to see. If it wasn't for my swivel 10, yeah, none of this would have happened. Like, a lot of these bolts are in areas that you can't even see. Then I unplugged these 2 connectors, and while I unplugged this one, I sliced my finger in half, so I took a little break. So now that I've taken the headlights off, I think I'm pretty much ready to remove the brake booster now. I focused on the subframe because the subframe was so greasy. Even though I'm not going to paint it, I'm going to cover it, but still. I give it a good clean. I'll probably paint it up to here. I think that would look best. We're making progress. We're going at a turtle's pace, but we're making progress. I'm still not looking forward to removing the brake booster. All I have left to do is remove this harness from the clips. And I think I'm going to tape up the front of this side and paint the inside. Update. I still haven't removed the brake booster, but I unplugged the harness from all of the plugs and now, or all of the clips that hold it. So now the harness just hangs like this, which is much easier than having it hang here because I do want to spray the inside. Now I think it's time to stop procrastinating and remove the brake booster.
What did I know? I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools gold. What did I know?
It's out! Yay! I thought the clutch safe cylinder was gonna be a breeze because it's just 2 bolts, and then I look closely and I notice the bolt is not there. So then I go inside the car and the nut is on this side. I wonder why they did that. The nut's on this side and then the other one's on the other side. I don't remember my 240 being like that. But aside from that nut, I just remove this cotter pin over here and we're good to go with this side. Oopsie, I forgot the clutch line. Brake booster's off, clutch master cylinder's off. I think I'm gonna leave the brake lines on. I'm just gonna remove the bolts that are holding them and then just have to pull them forward and spray the back. I think that will be the easiest and the best thing. Aside from that, I think it's ready for me to pressure wash it again. I'm gonna go get some soap. He likes it. It got super windy, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's already getting dark, but here you go. This is the final, not the final, I'll probably clean it once more tomorrow. Anything that still looks dirty, that is, I guess, primer from the previous owner. I think maybe it had rust from the battery. That's stained right there. It wouldn't come off. That's stained up there. Just look at that, squeaky clean. I think it looks really good. So tomorrow I'll probably wipe it down once more, if not clean it once more, depending on how I see it tomorrow during the day. And then hopefully we get to painting tomorrow.
You know, I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools.
I've made some progress. So aside from putting aluminum foil on all the lines and masking it, I also did a little test patch area. I wanted to see what the color would look like, and I also wanted to see how long it would take to dry. So it dried fairly quickly, and that's the color. Yes, it's a really cool neon color. I think it's gonna look great when everything is done. I've also masked it here and all around the bumper. I did a horrible job masking it. Like, it's very difficult to try to mask around this, but I did the best I could. And with the wind, it's just not easy right now. I love using aluminum foil to wrap anything. I'm sure I've said that before, because it's just easy. You just scrunch it up and that's it. And then when you take it off, you just peel it off. As opposed to this, masking it, it's just more time consuming. I know I didn't go much into detail about what I used to clean the engine bay, but all it was dish soap, and I also used Awesome, which you get at the dollar store, because it's a degreaser. And as far as this gun, this is the Wagner. I bought it at Home Depot to actually paint my backyard, because with the roller it was taking too long, and I figured I'd use it to paint the engine bay, and surprisingly it worked. I think the paint still looks good up to this day. I actually filmed this months and months ago, probably towards the beginning of the year. Right here you can see that I was struggling a little bit because it was getting clogged. I think this was only the second time I used this gun, but I really did like it.
So you think like the nozzle or like something's trying to...
the inside nozzle is probably clogged a little.
So how do you clean it?
I take it apart, I take it out, and then I put water through it. I don't want to do that though. Look, I'm dripping sweat. It's disgusting.
Nice. No. No. Oh, from Home Depot today?
Yeah. I feel like I can't use it.